Little Red Riding Hood.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near the forest. Whenever she went out, she wore a red riding cloak with a hood, and that is why everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother baked some cakes, and when they were ready, she said to Little Red Riding Hood,
Little Red Riding Hood, please come here. My dear, would you like to go to your grandma's cottage and take the cakes which I've baked for you?
Okay, grandmother. I would love to go to grandma's house.
Okay, then I'll make the basket ready. Now remember, go straight to your grandmother's cottage. Don't waste time along the way. And please don't talk to strangers. The woods can be dangerous.
Don't worry, Mommy. I'll be very careful.
It's great. Now please hurry.
So off she went on her journey to visit her grandmother in the forest. Along the way, Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers in the woods and instantly forgot her promise to her mother not to waste time. She stopped to pick a few of the beautiful flowers, watched the colourful butterflies fly about for a while, and listened to the frogs croaking by a pond. Little Red Riding Hood was enjoying the warm summer days so much that she didn't notice a dark shadow approaching her out of the forest. Suddenly, a wolf appeared beside her. The wolf looked at her with a big smile on his face. He wanted to gobble her up there and then, but noticed a woodcutter working in the distance. Suddenly, he had an idea.
My dear, what are you doing here?
Who lives in the forest?
Oh, does she? Where does your grandmother live?
Through the forest, over the bridge, and past the lake.
I think we can enjoy. We can play a game.
What is it?
Let's race to your grandmother's place, and whosoever reaches first will be the winner.
Okay.
Replied Little Red Riding Hood, and off she ran as fast as she could.
Run away!
The wolf licked his lips as Little Red Riding Hood ran away. After she had disappeared into the distance, the wolf started to run in a different direction. He ran and he ran until he was out of breath from running. Then finally, he arrived at Grandmother's cottage and knocked on the door.
Little Red Riding Hood, is that you?
Yes, grandmother, it's me.
Come in, my dear. I was worried that something has happened to you in the forest.
My plan is working.
The wolf let himself in. Poor grandmother did not have time to say another word.
Whoa!
Jumped on her bed.
I'm going to tie you and eat you later. Red Riding Hood could be coming anytime.
A few minutes later, Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. The wolf pulled the covers over his big nose and called out in a crackly voice,
Who is it?
Riding Hood.
Oh, how lovely. Do come in, my dear.
Grandmother, your voice sounds so old. Is something the matter?
Oh, just a little bit of cold, my dear.
Grandmother, what big ears you have.
All the better to hear you with, my dear.
But grandmother, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
But grandmother, what big teeth you have.
All the better to eat you with, my dear. And I'm going to eat you now.
as he leapt out of bed and began to chase the little girl. A woman who was chopping logs nearby heard her cry and ran quickly towards the cottage. The woodsman picked up the wolf and carried him deep into the forest.
Grandmother, I was so scared. I'll never speak to strangers or wait around the forest again.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so worried. Well, you have learned an important lesson. Oh, goodness, you shouted really loud enough for the kind woodsman to hear you. I'm so happy. You're hungry? Okay, then we'll have lunch now.
Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother then sat in the garden and had a nice lunch, followed by the cakes that her mother had made for them.